All right, you guys. Okay, so those of you guys who don't know me, my name's Amanda Busher, and I'm a triple with our awesome company. And I'm super excited for this Zoom. So what we're gonna go over is I'm gonna start us off with just some tips to start off our month strong and things that I like to do. And then we're also going to get into I'm gonna pick some people's brains who are just total rock stars in September. Jennifer, Michelle, and Alicia. Is Alicia on here? Yeah, Alicia. Okay. So Jennifer and Alicia just promoted to Ruby, and so they're going to give us some of their tips. And Michelle is a major rock star as well, and she's going to give us some of her tips as well. So, okay, let's see. Hi, guys. Hi, Jennifer. That sounds good. Okay, you guys will see I get sidetracked very easily, so I'm going to try not to check the chats. Okay, let me go to my notes really quick. Okay, you guys, so how to start your month off strong. So first of all, you guys are already doing it. You guys are getting plugged in. That's my biggest thing is we want to start our month off strong by not only getting plugged in, but making sure that we're staying plugged in through the entire month. Because you guys know what happens. Like, we start off strong, we're so excited, we have all these new goals, and then life happens, right? Like, things happen, we get busy, and there's a training or there's an event or there's something going on, and we're like, oh, well, I'm too busy for that, so I'll just attend the next one. So we miss it. And then what happens is we miss it, and then we kind of get behind because we're not filling our cups up every month on knowledge of this business and learning this business and, having the camaraderie of all of our team come together. And so staying plugged in, you guys, is going to be, I think, one of the most important parts of your business, especially if you're trying to promote, if you're trying to reach a certain goal. You want to try to get plugged in as much as possible. Come to as many power hours as we have. Come to all of our team Zooms. Even if you guys have heard some of this stuff before, there's always going to be little tidbits that you didn't pick up last time that you may pick up this time. I've been in this business for almost 4 years, you guys. And whenever there's a VIP, anytime there's a leadership like Zoom or training, I am on it. Even if it's like in the middle of the day and my kid is like screaming, I'm like, okay, like I got to figure out a way to get on this because I don't want to miss a beat. I want to make sure that I'm getting all of the information I need. So coming in and plugging in is really, really important, in the process of completing your goals. Because not only that, you guys, how many of you guys, I know for me, even when I'm just listening to a Zoom or even when I'm hosting a Zoom, I get so pumped afterwards. Like, I'm energized, like I'm excited. I get so pumped up. And so, if you are doing, going onto those trainings, or you're listening to YouTubes, or you're listening to podcasts, or anything that's going to bring value to your business and helping it grow, like, how awesome is that we can get so pumped up by that? And the more energy we have, the more momentum we have, the more energy and momentum our business has. So that's my number one tip so far. So I'm so proud of all of you guys for taking the time out from your night, because I know it's hard. It's probably, bedtimes and, it's nighttime, so we're tired. So you guys on here just totally rock. And so I'm really proud of you all. All right. The second thing, you guys, is setting your goals. So you guys, those of you guys have your videos on, I can see you. Raise your guys' hand if you guys have already written down your goals for the month. Michelle, I'm not sure who iPhone is. I don't see your name. Jennifer, Stacy, you did? Anna, awesome. Bianca, awesome, you guys. So that's amazing. That is what you want to do. You guys want to write down your goals, and you also want to write down the action steps to your goals. So for instance, if your goal is to complete your steps to success this month, that's an amazing goal. We should not be any short than completing that steps to success, right? We should go either complete our steps to success or even go beyond that. So if our goal is to complete our steps to success, well, write down where your goal is. Right next to it, write down, okay, how are you going to get those 4 customers? What kind of posts are you going to make? Are you going to do parties? Are you going to do events? Are you going to go out blitzing every day? Write down exactly how you're going to get to those customers, or how you're going to get those 4 customers. And then same with distributors. How are you going to get those 3 distributors? Who are you going to ask? Who are you going to follow up with? You know, that kind of thing. How many new potential distributors are you going to add to your list every day? So write down your action steps, because goals are awesome, you guys. And you guys who know me, like, you guys know I'm so goal oriented, and I preach goals all the time because they are huge. But without an action plan, you guys, without those action steps, a goal is just a goal. So you want to make sure that you are also putting down your action steps and even a timeline. So I'm going to have some of the girls chat in a minute just about that, because, you know, it's important when we, you know, say our goal at the end of the month is trying to get to Ruby. Well, that's awesome, but do you know how many distributors you need to get to Ruby? Do you know exactly how much volume you need to get to Ruby? So it's really important to take that time at the beginning of the month to sit back and say, okay, this is what I need, this is how I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna, you know, achieve it. And every day, you guys, fill yourself with those thoughts. Fill yourself with those, you know, powerful words that you are gonna get this, you are gonna make your goal. Get your calendar filled out, okay? So what I mean by that is you guys all have a calendar, right? So my planner is like a huge mess because I am like literally in this constantly. But here's what I mean. So get, like, it's the second, or it's the 3rd of the month, right? And my goal is by this week that by this Friday, my entire calendar is going to be filled out. Okay. So, the reason I want my entire calendar filled out is because I want to get parties scheduled. I want to get events scheduled. I want to get it where every single day I'm following up with somebody. And so get your calendar filled out, because you guys, busy people have a filled calendar, right? And you guys know busy people are successful people. So when you guys have that calendar filled out, like, how awesome is it that you can go to Wednesday and be like, oh, awesome. Like, I have these 3 people I need to follow up with. Great. I have an online, you know, party that I'm doing tomorrow. You guys have your calendar filled out, and it gives you all that potential to really tackle your goals and get those customers and get those distributors. When our calendar isn't filled out, that's when we kind of get into trouble, and we're like, well, it's already the 15th of the month and I haven't done a party yet. You know, I haven't blitzed anyone yet, you know, so get your calendar filled out. All right, you guys, I'm just going to go through these really quick because I want you guys to hear some juicy stuff from these awesome people. So the other thing I'm going to share with you guys what I'm doing this month and for the rest of the year. You guys, fall is so fun. And the reason is if any of you guys are in Arizona or in like some of the, you know, warmer weather states, there should be so many different events going on right now, probably even in the colder states. I mean, it's fall, so there's all kinds of stuff going on. So here's what I would do. And you guys, I will tell you, the months that I would promote would be right after conference. So whatever we are doing now until the end of the year, that is going to follow you through conference, okay? And you guys all know that after conference are huge, huge bonuses, right? So we want to make sure that we are doing whatever we can, work as hard as we can for these next, you know, to end out this month, this year so strong. That way when conference rolls around, we are sitting good when those promotions come. So here are a few things that I have done every year around this time. And this is what I'm going to be doing starting, you know, this month. I've already got hot stuff on my calendar. But events, you guys. Events are so fun right now, and there are so many events going on, okay? So check your local, like, newspapers. Check, you know, like Google local areas, like events going on. There's vendor events. Go to your gyms, because how many people right now are wanting to lose weight, right? Go to certain gyms. Go to yoga studios. Go to any kind of fitness studio and just say, hey, can I set up a booth for like an hour? Well, you know, your people are in your session. When they come out, they can see some of my products. I've done that so often, and I will always get a few customers from it. Go to local schools. Right now, you guys, there's all kinds of like schools that have kind of festivals and just different events going on. So check farmers markets. Check just anything that's local, any kind of events that you can get your hands on right now. Weddings, right? Weddings are so huge right now. around this time. And so go to different wedding venues and say, because there's so many wedding venues that will have like other caterers come in, and brides to be will go around and check out the different tables. Did you guys ever do that when you were like getting married? I know I've done a couple events that way where I've just set up a table and literally tons of brides will just go around and check out the different the vendors there. So the cheaper the event, the better, I say. So you don't want to spend a lot of money on events, but anywhere from 25, 30 bucks. And you guys can write off the events. Okay, let's see what else I have. Parties, you guys, getting back to basics, having fun with parties, start getting those parties on your calendars, because you guys, I will say, who here, are any of you guys like mainly done your business off of parties or events? Anyone? Michelle, yes, I'm going to have you talk about that in just a little bit. I will say, I'll just give you guys my little tidbit from what I have experienced with them. I've mainly done my business off of social media. However, I will always do events and parties. And when I started, I did both of them. So I will say that on social media, it takes longer to get a loyal customer and distributor because you're not face-to-face with somebody, okay? So you're going to have more follow-ups. You're going to have more conversations probably back and forth with somebody through social media. Whereas if you are at an event or if you are at a party, you are face-to-face with somebody. They are standing right there in front of you. You are more apt to sign them right then and there than you were if you were to meet them through social media. So having a party is so huge because it's a very fast way to grow your business. So if you're looking to promote this month, you guys, if you're looking to increase your volume, by a lot, or whatever your goals are this month, get some parties in there, because you guys will see that when they're right there in front of you, it is way more easier to close that deal because they see you, they see your passion, they see the products right there in front of them, they're tasting the products, they see your energy. So let's try and all make a goal to really schedule parties this month. So Bianca says, I can't book a party to save my life with my friends. So Bianca, what I do, I was the same way when I started. So what I do is I get other people to invite their friends. So I might see somebody who is like interested in some of the products, and I'll say, hey, would you want to get a few girls together and we can do like a little like get together, like do some pampering. You can say that way, or you can do even like, do you want to get a few girls together and we can do a taste and sample party? And it's so much fun. We just chit chat and everyone can try some food and some products. We can drink wine if you want. You could even there's all kinds of different ways to get people together. One tip is I never say, do you want to have a wrap party? And the reason is because people are like, oh, it's a wrap party. Like I need to spy things. So I try to make it fun, like a taste and sample party or a ladies' night out, and they all come over. You can they can dress up if you want and have some like cocktails, or just make it fun. I've even had it where we do like a spa night or a bath bomb night. So you get together and you do like bath salts, and they're so easy with our essential oils. It's super cheap and it's so fun. So ask other people and just ask them and say, hey, I know you're interested in some of these products. Would you want to get 4 people together and we'll make some bath salts, something like that. Or have a customer who loves the products and say, hey, I know you love these products. Would you do me a huge favor? I am having a contest with my team to see how many get-togethers I can have this month. Do you want to get a few of your girls together and I'll wrap you for free? Something like that. Okay, so that's my tips for that. And then Michelle is the one to talk to about parties because she's a stinking rock star at this stuff. My last thing, you guys, is, and then we're going to get into some of the questions and answers for these ladies, but get an accountability partner, you guys, okay? If you do not have one, after this Zoom, I want you guys to go find one. Okay, it could be your upline, it could be your sidelines, it could be your downlines. I mean, typically you want to have an accountability. So whoever that is, I will tell you guys, I have like 5 accountability partners, if not more. I have so many. And the accountability partners are not only who get me through my goals, but they keep me pushing. And so when I tell them, hey, my goal is to get 5 customers this week, they're going to ask me in the middle of the week, hey, Amanda, how is it going with those customers? And I'm going to say, shoot, like I didn't, I haven't been practicing, I haven't been like doing what I need to do. And they're going to put my butt back into gear and say, Amanda, you told me you're going to get 5 customers. So do what you need to do, So an accountability partner is huge in this business. So if you don't have one, I definitely recommend it. So, okay. So we're going to start. Does anyone care to go first? Michelle, Jennifer, or Alicia? Michelle, you want to go first? Okay. Okay. So Michelle, do you want to just introduce yourself? And then I have some questions for you.
Yes. And hopefully you guys can see me. I'm sorry. I was out at the park with the kids for a minute. My name is Michelle, and I'm a Ruby with this awesome company. 2 months in a row. Yeah, this was my 2nd month at hitting Ruby. Did you want me to say anything specific, or am I just waiting?
Oh, no, that's it. I can go into, so Michelle just started, you guys. She signed up at the $9.99 deal, and she is only like 3 boxes away from being mapped for diamond. Is that correct, Michelle?
Yes. Like 5.
Okay, 5. So she signed up just 3 months ago, and she's already almost mapped for diamond, you guys. Total rock star. So Michelle, so I can say go on and on about Michelle because she's so amazing. But I wanted to see if you could share with us some of your tipping blitz that you've had, your tips for blitzing. Sorry, I can't speak. Because I know that you. So back up, you guys. Michelle came to me towards like the 2nd week of September, and was like, okay, Amanda, I need to sell this many wraps. I'm gonna bust my butt. I'm gonna have parties. I'm gonna do what I need to do, and I'm gonna do it. And I literally said, I believe you. Like, I know you're gonna do it. And every single day, you guys, she messaged me and was like, oh my gosh, I just sold a wrap, or oh my gosh, I have a party, or oh my gosh, I just blitzed somebody, So Michelle, tell me exactly what some of your tips for blitzing are and how you kind of got over that fear.
Well, one, I had to get over the fear because we needed extra cash flow coming in. And I did have some of the extra wraps that I had on hand. But what I started to realize is it doesn't really matter if you're dressed a certain way or if you, I blitzed somebody at Walmart at like 7 o'clock in the morning in my pajamas because we ran out of pull-ups because the opportunity presented itself. And sometimes we don't realize that the opportunity, is right there in front of us, and we don't take it because we say, oh, I don't look right, or I don't look like I'm dressed, correctly. So that was one of my, fears that I had to get over, is it doesn't matter what you look like that day or how you're feeling. When the opportunity presents itself, you just have to ask. And I just made a joke about it. Like, don't mind me. I'm a mom of 3 and we ran out of pull-ups, but I seen you guys sitting here. I think it would be an awesome opportunity, and handed them blitz cards.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you added them on social media, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, right away.
Yeah. So when you blitz, do you typically add them right onto your Facebook?
Yes. So I've been trying to add to right to my Facebook, or I did the example that was given where you take the blitz card and you put the sticky note on the back. So I went through all my blitz cards. EJ, this way, please, and added sticky notes so that way it reminded me when I handed it. Oh, can you write your name and phone number, on the piece of paper right away?
Yeah, I love that. That's a good tip. Because sometimes it's kind of like awkward, like, how do I get their information, And so if you have that sticky note right then and there, it's so easy to be like, oh yeah, can I get, this? Or you could even say, sometimes I would say if they had that sticky note or whatever, hey, do you want to be entered in for a free, wrap? I do one every Friday or whatever. And I add them on social media that way.
Come this way.
So that's awesome. Do you have any other tips for the blitzing?
No, you have to do it. I also made the, I took the advice and had my card laminated. So I had 2 cards laminated, 2 of my Blitz cards. And instead of writing my name and phone number in the open white spot, I just put ask me and attached it, one to my purse and one to my bag.
I love that. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So you guys, even if like we aren't in an area where we're like handing out Blitz cards, having, you know, just what Michelle said, that lanyard or, you know, laminated that so people can see, or wearing your It Works gear, you guys, carrying an It Works like bag, something that is going to catch people's eyes. I will say so often when I'm wearing my It Works gears, like I always have people comment and say, hey, what is that? Or I carry around the shaker bottle. That's my water bottle. And I have had so many people say, oh my gosh, are those wraps? And,
right.
you know, so awesome. Okay. What about, so you had a game plan, Michelle. So I felt like your mind was like just in the game. What got you like so focused and determined? Like what was your game plan for, you know, September and like going so strong that entire time?
I think when you get the vision, and I've been following, you know, so anytime that I see any type of information for a different leader, you got to just follow them. So I don't friend request, you know, other leaders. I just follow them and then set my Facebook profile to see first. Mm-hmm. So that kind of seeing how different people are, you know, posting or, you know, making catchy phrases. And I think more than anything, just realizing who your audience is. So once you get a vision of what you're really trying to do and what your purpose is, and like mine right now that I'm focused on is changing 100 lives. Because see, if you change 100 lives, automatically the money's going to come. The bonuses are going to come. All of those things are going to be extra. And then I had to ask myself, why did I want to change 100 lives? And that's because there's so many people who are living paycheck to paycheck that an extra $500 you know, can make a difference of a mom being able to stay home or not have to pick up an extra shift, or a college student not having to take out another student loan trying to get through college in order to pay the things that they need to pay for. So when I wrote down why helping 100 people, you know, would change their lives, I mean, that's huge, because sometimes people think $500 isn't that much money, but it actually is.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that you said that, because I know when I got into this business, and I think when we all get into this business, unless you're just completely amazing, but I know personally when I got into this business, I was after money for myself. Right. I wanted to make that $200 or $300. I wanted to get a certain rank. I wanted to progress for myself. Right. And I would say, you guys, as soon as my mind and my heart changed, where it was not about me, but it was about how I could serve other people, that is when my business took off. That right. is when my business was the highest and continued to grow, you know, as much as it has. So when we have a heart that we are wanting to help other people and serve other people with this amazing vehicle that we have, I promise you guys, God will repay you. God will have your back. And so I love that you said that, Michelle, because it is 100% true. And you guys, I will say, if you guys, like Michelle, her posts, they bring value to people. So even like I'll read her post, I'm like, gosh, I'm like, she's amazing. Like I read her post, I'm like, that inspired me, you know? And so her post will bring value. So look at your guys' posts, look at them and say, am I bringing value to somebody today? Is this going to, you know, inspire somebody today? Is this going to help somebody today? Don't just make a post just to post. Don't just copy somebody else's post. Make a post that you are going to, that is going to impact somebody else. And I will say, I literally, you know, because I'm close with, you know, this team. And so I will see Michelle's post and I'll say like, wow, that was powerful. Like that was an amazing post. So think, and I know like as soon as she said that, I'm like, I can totally see that passion in her. So people are going to see that passion. They're going to follow you because they want to be a part of that.
Well, and I think that's, like I said, when I had the vision, like when it came in my heart that I feel like I'm struggling, but I'm struggling, but am I really struggling
Oh, you kind of froze a little bit. Oh, I think we lost her. Well, hopefully she'll jump back on, but, oh, she's still on. I think we just lost her. Okay, well, hopefully she'll jump back on because I had one more question I wanted to ask her. Okay.
Cool. For whatever.
Oh, sorry, we lost you for a little bit.
Oh, man.
Okay.
I'm not sure what you heard.
You like went blank.
So I was just saying that once I realized what my vision was, like what I was passionate about, that's when it changed my mindset. But it also started with some of the self-development things, you know, the books that were recommended. I read Go for No. I'm reading right now, I think it's called You're a Badass. And just changing how I viewed things helped me understand what my struggle was, and that my struggle could be changed because other people were struggling maybe with cancer or with some type of sickness, or maybe they lost a child. That's like a struggle, you know. Struggling for money is a choice, is an option, because we do have the option and the ability to change it. So I think that that's where I realized the money that I was chasing originally wasn't really for me, but I knew how important it was to my family. So when I switched it, hold on, Papa, thank you. You getting some blueberries? When I changed it to what could help somebody else, to help their family, that's when I grew and my vision got bigger.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And you guys, if you guys, you know, are watching, you're like, gosh, I don't know, like you struggle, or like sometimes like you're going waves, or like 1 minute you're working your business hard, the next minute you're like, you give up. If you find that, or you kind of have your ups and downs with this, because we all have our ups and downs, but make sure you know your why to the core. Like not just the surface why, but make sure you truly know your why to your core, because when you do have those downs, you're not going to stay down very long, because you can't. Your why is way too strong and is going to pull you right back up. So I love that you said that, Michelle. That's amazing. Okay, one more thing. So you worked very close with your team. So do you have any tips on like bringing your team together, the camaraderie? You know, how important is it really when you're trying to reach certain goals? How important is it to work close with your team?
You know, it is really important. You know, for instance, I was pushing kind of for Diamond last month with the $10,000 bonus. But one thing that I realized is like we were short on some of the volume in zero boxes. So although I was helping, you know, people, it just wasn't enough time. We didn't push at the right time. Like you got to be pushing from the beginning of the month. And that's one of the things that we had just talked about. We got together, we do live by each other, so that helped, and made vision boards, and just talked about what is this doing for you or for your family, and just hearing from each other what goal that they want to get to, how are we going to get that. We laid it all out, all the way from volume, distributors, when people quit, because people have quit, people have stopped working, people have said they were going to sign up and didn't. We all felt disappointment on my team at one point, but it was like I had to pick myself back up, and I had to remember to pick them back up, and then they had to remember to pick the next person back up, because we feel like it's only happening to us, but it's not. It's happening to literally all of us. And so we had wine, we cut out, you know, with the magazines, you know, and we just talked, and we laughed, and we, you know, dreamed together, you know, well, where do we want to go when we hit our real big goal? Okay, we want to go, you know, on a yacht or on a whatever. That way we were putting it out there, and we were saying, hey, you know, I did share a few tips with my team about networking, was to find who you're networking to, like identify with, you know, if you are, you know, of Hispanic ethnicity, or if you're Black, and most of your market is of, you know, a certain ethnicity, or you are, you know, more connected, find those leaders and connect your market. Because what I realized is people want to see like-minded person. People are not going to connect with somebody that they don't feel connected to. And that helps me when I realize who am I marketing towards, who, you know, what the people do I want to be surrounded by. So if it's everybody, that's great, but don't always post the same leader. Don't always post the same person on your team.
there's so many people in it works, whether they speak Spanish, they're from Europe, a different country, whatever. Show them that it's everybody. Because if you just show one face, that face might not connect with the people who are in your target market that's on your page, especially if you're using social media. So they're going to scroll right past. So if you identify with them and help identify that what we have here is for everybody. You can't just say it, you got to show it. Show wraps of, of a black stomach, show wraps of a, Hispanic hair, show wraps of, a blonde hair. Because if you're showing the hair, skin, and nails for all blonde haired people, all the people who don't have blonde hair might subconsciously look past your post. Mm-hmm. So you have to go a little bit deeper, to figure out who is your target market, what type of people are you adding to your page, and where are they from. So if you are only in one market, then you need to expand your market. But they have to identify with you, and then they have to identify with our company. And so if they don't identify with our company, they might identify for you, but they're going to think that you're that one-off person that they can identify with. They're not seeing all of these beautiful women or even men all over the whole world that use It Works products, that are, distributors and offering amazing health products just because they don't identify with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Oops, it's kind of echoey. Hold on. No, I totally agree. I think that's amazing advice. And you guys, what Michelle said, like, people are going to buy into you before they buy into the products or the business. And so, when you, like, everything Michelle just said was amazing, because it's so true. If you're just posting the same kind of stuff and it's all just black, green, and bling, well, people are just going to scroll right past that. So
right.
I love that. Cool, Michelle. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Do you have any other thing you want to say or share?
Not other than just, work closely. If you don't feel like you are getting maybe some of, what you're looking for, that you're connecting with, connect with others. Add as many, anytime that we see on our pages, the different names of the leaders. Every single time a leader is added, I go follow that person, because I want to see what type of market they're in, who they're talking to, and how are they talking to.
You're kind of cutting out a little bit. Oh, did we lose her?
Yeah.
You're cutting out, Michelle. I think she's walking around. Okay. Well, if she comes back, then she can finish her tip. Okay. Well, let's go switch gears to Alicia, since she is on. Michelle and Alicia are on the same team. Sorry, Michelle, you got cut off. You cut out again.
Sorry, my Wi-Fi disconnected.
Oh, you're fine. Okay. Hi, Alicia. How are you, my friend?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. Congratulations on your promotion last month.
Thank you. Very excited.
Alicia just promoted to Ruby and got the gift, the Ruby gift. So I'm so excited. That's amazing. Okay, so Alicia, I want to know what fueled your mindset? Because you, again, like, I love your post. You're so positive. So what fueled your mindset, even when you guys did get those times when you were discouraged, even those times that you're like, oh shoot, like, I still have but back up. How much volume did you need the last, even 4 days of promoting to Ruby?
I think we needed 600 VV the last 2 days.
The last 2 days. Okay. So have that in mind, you guys. She needed 600 VV to promote to Ruby the last 2 days. So what was your mindset throughout your month, and your goals, and how you stayed positive, and what did you do to kind of overcome those little humps that you guys had faced?
Honestly, I think that what you were talking about, the accountability partner, is super important. Not even just to hold you accountable, but somebody that you can kind of go to and say, hey, this isn't working. What are you doing? Is there anything that you're doing that's working really well? And my accountability partner is Michelle. And, you know, I checked in with her like the last couple of days. I was like, oh, we're so close. Like, what do we do? How do we do this? And just throwing off ideas off of each other, what to do, what to post, who to talk to specifically, I think really helped drive us that last, you know, couple days where we really needed to come up with some volume. So yeah, I think that was pretty much having that person that you can go to and like, that's really, really helpful and pushed us towards the end.
Absolutely. And you guys, I will say when I would talk to them, and I talk to them very often, every other day, if not every day, and every single day they're like, Amanda, we're getting this. And Amanda, we're getting this. And I just 100% believe them because they believed it. And they had no doubt in their mind that even though 2 days before, you know, the end of the month, they were 600 volume away, they were still going to get Alicia to Ruby. And so I know there's so many times when people are 200 BB away from a promotion and they throw their hands up in the air and like, I'm done for, and they don't try, they don't push it. And that's the difference of mindset right there. Somebody who has the mindset that they're not going to give up, that they're not stopping, that they are going to reach their promotion no matter what, is going to reach their promotion. Somebody who throws their hands up in their air and says, I can't get 200 BV for the life of me, guess what? You're not going to get that 200 BV. You're not going to promote. So I will say, just being a witness and somebody literally watching them do this, like they had that mindset. They had that mindset that they will literally not stop until Alicia got herself to Ruby. Okay, so Alicia, tell me, how did you guys feel that 600 volume in 2 days? That is a lot of volume. So what exactly did you do? How did you get those loyal customers? How did you guys push? Oh, are you there? Did I lose Alicia? Is she still here? Oh, her phone's off. Where'd you go, Alicia? Maybe she's with her kiddos. Oh, there you are. You're muted. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry. I was told
I'm like, where'd you go?
My Wi-Fi, I think, cut out.
Okay, did you hear my question?
No, what was your question?
Okay, so how did you guys fill that 600 volume in 2 days? Like, what exactly did you do? How did you guys just push? And because that's a lot of volume to fill, so what did you guys do? How did you get those loyal customers and all that?
I think follow-up was what really saved me. So all those people that were like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy, oh yeah, you know, I'm on your website, and just never followed through, never did anything or said anything. I went back through everybody, and I write everybody down. I use that 25 list, and I went through literally every single person, text, called, sent Facebook messages, and it was just like, hey, remember when you said you were going to, you know, you were interested in the product? I'm really close to my goal. If you could order for this month, that would really help me out. And so that is what really, really kind of pushed me over the edge and got us to what we needed. I had one store manager, you know, he had said he's interested in a bunch of products. I'm like, if you're interested, if you're really serious, now's the time to do it. Sign up now. And he's really what drove it. It was like 200 BV and like really pushed it. So it was just follow up. Follow up is so important because people forget, they get busy. And, you know, if you can check back with them when they're not busy and catch them and say, hey, you know, you said this and, you know, I just wanted to check back in, you know, a lot of them will come back and say, you know, help you out.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And you guys, I love because when somebody, like when you go to somebody and say, hey, I am so close to a promotion and I know that you're interested in products, like now's the chance, like, you know, do you want to order? You know, more chances are not, they're going to want to help you out, you know, so use that. Use exactly what Alicia did. And that's amazing. And you guys, just a little side note, Alicia is a pharmacist, works full-time and has kiddos. Like she's busy. And I'm like, please, Alicia, I'm like, please, can you get on this Zoom tonight? Because I want people to hear you. And luckily, you know, she was able to get off in time, but is busy, you guys. So there's no excuses that why you can't work this business or why you can't push so hard, because if you really want something, you're going to make time for it. So that is so impressive. I love that you guys did that. And you guys work together as a team. That's what I loved, is that you guys truly work together as a team, you know, pushing each other and being there for each other. Let's see, what else did I have? And what kind of self-development are you doing every day to like stay positive?
Reading, and I did Go for No. Go for No is awesome. I love that one, because I think a fear that I really had to get over was, you know, rejection, like afraid of somebody to tell me that they weren't interested and wanted nothing to do with it. Like, at the end of the day, it's, who cares? Like, okay, cool. You're not interested. That's totally fine. Move on to the next. Don't let that one no really get you down. Actually go for the no's, because, you know, if you get 10 no's, out of those 10 no's, there's a really good chance that you're going to get 2 to 3 yeses. So, you know, that Go for No is really, really kind of shifted my mind frame, and I can talk to anybody now. So,
I love it.
I can go up and say anything to anybody, and, you know, if they're not interested, that's okay. I can, you know, I can find somebody that is. So I do that. I read. I am listening to Chasing the Lion. That one's really good too. So I think really my self-development is around reading and actually writing down my goals. I do the sticky notes on the mirror. So, you know, write down sorry, he's so loud. Write down my 3 goals, and I have them on the mirror. So I see them every single day. And as soon as I hit one, I, you know, cross it off, check it off, and move on to the next one. So that really keeps me in line and keeps me focused and motivated. And actually writing those goals down every day in my journal and repeating them, that repetitiveness is what really is really helpful.
Yeah, awesome. I love that. Those tips are so perfect. Yeah, okay, awesome. Do you have any other things you want to tell about? I wanted you to like share your guys's like what you did to get all that volume. That was so amazing. I'm so proud.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing, like I said, is just follow through. Make sure you're following up with people. Make sure, you know, if they ask for your website, that you know, check back. Did you see it? You know, did you have questions? Also parties. Like parties, I think, is where I'm getting almost all of my volume. Parties are my jam. I love doing parties. I think I do better in person. The social media, like you said, it takes a little bit longer to get the loyal customer. Did he walk? Yeah. Sorry, my son's learning to walk. Took a couple steps. Being in front of people is where I really shine. Like when I can explain to you how it works and, you know, show you results, that's where I really do the best. So social media is good, and I love it. I have gotten customers from that, but parties is where I shine. So doing the parties and following up are like my 2 go-tos for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I love that. Do you have any tips on like how you're booking parties?
So my dad is just very social. Likes to be social. So I threw a party at his house in Tucson, and just asked him to get the people to come to it. So that's really important too. Asking other people to bring people is where I'm really getting a lot of people I wouldn't have met otherwise. So, you know, asking him to ask his neighbors, people at his work, and then we threw another party at his house in Scottsdale, and again asking him to ask his neighbors. And that's how I'm reaching people that don't even have social media, like and connecting, and again being up in front of them. I haven't had a party where I didn't sign somebody that came to here, you know what I mean? So every time I get up there, that's where I'm really getting my volume from, for sure.
I love it. Yeah. And I love what you said, like asking other people, because it's so true. Like a lot of times we don't, like, I know me, I don't know a lot of people, and being 4 years in this business, I have reached my warm market, you know what I mean? So ask other people, just like Alicia just said, like that's where you're going to get people. And getting people who don't have social media, guess what? I guarantee they have never heard about It Works. Mostly.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. Reaching a whole new market.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you, Alicia, for sharing. I loved all your tips.
You're welcome.
Okay. So we'll switch gears to Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer.
Hello.
So Jennifer, those of you guys who don't know her, she is the most sweetest person. I just love your soul so much. And congratulations on your Ruby. I'm so proud of you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So, okay. So Jennifer, tell me about, same thing. Like you had a vision of going Ruby, like no excuses. I remember you're like, okay, Amanda, I'm going Ruby this month, like no excuses. So what really drove you and kept you driving like the entire month?
Okay, so I just want to kind of backdate. I've been in this business since January, and I would say that, and I just promoted to Ruby, and I would say that the most important thing for me was mindset. I didn't even realize that, you know, in the beginning, I could not force myself to message people because I just felt like I was bothering people. And I remember, you know, asking Amanda how she messages so many people and doesn't feel awkward about doing it. And it just took me a really long time to kind of get over that hump. I really wanted to promote like quickly, but I couldn't. It took me a while to get over that fear of, you know, feeling like I'm bothering people. And so when I really realized and I shifted my mind to believing that these products really, really do help, even though I've seen results with using the products myself, that there is a market out there that wants these products, that needs these products, and I'm providing a service. And I also shifted my mindset to, like Amanda said, helping people instead of what's the bottom line, like what are the numbers. Even though I still have that in the back of my mind, it's providing value. So when I shifted my mindset to I'm really helping people, that's what really helped me to buckle down and just say I'm sending messages to every single person in my contacts list. I'm doing it. If they say no thank you, like Alicia said, who cares? You know, okay, thank you so much, you know. So that really helped me. Also studying the products. Like Amanda said, she had done one training where she mentioned that she studies and does one product a week, 1 to 2 products a week, and she promotes those products. There's something behind that, because when people see the same thing over and over and over again, you know, they may not like your first post. They may not really relate to the first post about the greens on Monday, but by Friday, you may have said something totally different than you did on Monday that hits home with them. And so when I started to do that, and I started to really study the products, kind of like I have a degree in education, and so this is something I should have known. You know, you hit one subject so many times, but you hit it multiple different ways. And the kids that didn't get it the first time, by the 5th time, they get it because you've come at them in a different way, because there are different types of learners, different types of things that people are attracted to. And so when I started to really study, you know, one individual product at a time, I would say that helped also, because I was presenting different facts in my posts and even in my live videos that weren't necessarily on, you know, okay, like the greens, the alkalize, balance, and detoxify. Well, what's the importance of detoxifying your body? And so breaking that down for people, because not everybody knows. In fact, I didn't know before starting this business what's the importance of doing that. And so when you shift your mind to providing value and realizing that these products are so helpful to people, it really then gives you the courage to just, okay, I'm messaging every single person, and I'm writing, you know, I was writing names down before, but now I'm going back and I'm following up, like Alicia said, following up with those people until I sign them. You know, because they already expressed interest in the products to me at one point. Not only that, but it gives you the courage to say, okay, somebody wants the cleanse. Well, okay, you're clearly interested in detoxing. Do you want to pair that with the greens as well? Because that's a daily detox that you'll have throughout the month instead of just a 2 days. So it gives you that courage to then say, okay, well, I know what they want, what they're interested in. Let me go ahead and see if they'd be interested in this other sister product as well, which obviously increases your volume. And so it just, when you realize when you change your mindset that you're providing a service, that you're helping people and you're serving people, it just really, it really gives you the courage to just go for it, to just, who cares what people think? And I've had such a hard time like throwing parties. I was invited to a LuLaRoe party to be a vendor there. I signed 3 people there, but that was a while ago. And ever since then, I've been trying to throw parties and nobody was interested. None of my warm market cared. I tried to throw parties 2 different times and nobody showed up. And then I've messaged people to host parties for me and nobody was responding. So I really realized that at least up to this point, everything needs to be on social media. So I need to really not care if I get a no thank you type of message. So I need to message everyone.
Yeah.
And continue adding to my network.
Awesome. I love it. And I know that you got a good amount of loyal customers and even current loyal customers to place volume where you needed it. So was that just by reaching out and knowing that they wanted a different product, or did you get them to use their perk points? How did you get some of those?
So I messaged all of my current customers, letting them know about their perk points, but I also let them know about the new products. Like I let them know about keto coffee. So I messaged them about their perk points, so people placed orders that way. And I just would message them and ask them if there's anything that I can help them with.
Yeah. Awesome. That is so great. So do you have any tips? And because I worked closely with Jennifer, you guys. And so I will say that she would ask me about my messages, and I knew she was just hesitant about doing it. But you just have to, like she said, get over that fear of the rejection, because in this business, the only thing that we can do is help people and provide them with value, provide them with information. And those who want it are going to take it. Those who are supposed to be in your path is going to be in your path. Those that aren't, it's okay that they say no, because you guys, I will tell you, there have been so many people who have told me no, who are now either customers or on this team. So never give up on those people. Never get discouraged with those people. But I will say that I can totally see a difference between Jennifer and when she got over that, because each month, her business kept increasing. So I love that. Thank you for sharing all that.
Yeah.
Do you have any other tips or any other things that you want to?
It really is all mindset. I can't stress that enough. It really is mindset. So, personal development is super important.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you guys who know me, as soon as somebody comes to me and they're like, Amanda, I'm struggling with this, that's typically the first thing I ask. What kind of self-development are you doing? Because this business is literally 100% self-development, you guys. And you guys know the saying, our self-development is parallel to our business, okay? So the more self-development we do, the more our business is going to grow, the more our pay is going to grow. So I love that. So we can open it up. I know we're at that hour mark. So do you guys have any questions, or anybody have any comments or any tips or anything like that? No? All right. And somebody just said that they love your story, Jennifer. And I love it too, because it just shows everyone's path is so different. And it doesn't matter if you go to Ruby in a month or if you go to Ruby in 6 months, you still get to that Ruby, and everyone's path is different, and everyone will go, at their own speed. And so, but it's funny that, if we stay with this, there is no doubt, or you will always be successful if you stay with this. It's when you give up, that's when your business is not going to be successful. But if you stay with this, your end result, you're going to be successful with this business. You just have to stay with it, no matter what, no matter the discouragements, no matter the ups and downs, you just have to stay with it. So I love it. So all right, my things, you guys, thank you so much for sharing, and thank you guys so much for jumping on your Tuesday night. You guys are all so inspiring. I love following all of you guys and being a part of this team. So, all right, my things. I can't wait and there'll be more announcements for conference too, so I'm so excited for that. So, all right, guys, well, have a good night, and I'll post the recording on the team page for you guys. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thanks, Alicia and Michelle and everyone else.